Welcome back to Euphoria. I may have finished the season, but I'm not done yet. Is that Jules? This can't be real, right? This looks like she's in the city, so is this what's happening right now, or is this just what Rue's imagining, like what would have happened if she went with her? Is this real or not? God damn it, tell me. Now that I know where the hoodie comes from, that just makes everything so much worse. So that was just bullshit, right?
You don't show.
Yeah. He knows you just got high.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. I mean, suddenly...
You're high.
I feel like you're not listening.
I don't think you're listening to what you're saying.
I feel like that's physically impossible.
To what? Talk some bullshit, and you're going to be struggling with those issues for the rest of your life. That's a fact. The problem is that you look at...
To tell you the truth, drugs are probably the only reason I haven't killed myself.
Well, that is some dark shit.
When in reality, you give so much of a fuck, you can't even bear to be alive. So guess what? New rule. No more wasting my motherfucking time. You want to use this, but the least you can do is be honest.
To be fair, I feel like a vast majority of people are all trying to bullshit other people.
Why'd you relapse?
I had some pills for emergency purposes.
So you never stood a chance?
Nah.
Nope.
Do you want to get clean?
Do you?
No.
You sure?
And it's probably never going to happen, not until you want to.
You've been fighting a losing game since the first day you got high. That is the disease of addiction.
Some really good dialogue.
It is a degenerative disease. Is that no one in the world sees it as a disease. They see you as selfish. They probably underneath all this busted ass chaotic energy, you might even be a good kid. Who knows?
I wonder if this whole episode is going to take place here in the diner.
How do you relapse after 12 years?
You forget how bad it is.
It's a never-ending
how long
battle.
Did you relapse for?
It's lifelong.
Martin is me.
Thought your name was Ali.
What?
To Islam.
Ali, I'm super fucking confused right now.
What am I, your first black friend? What you think? I was actually from the Middle East. I'm from South.
Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. I have some trouble with.
Same.
Oh, okay. All right. I see.
I think there's tons of shit that is of greater power than me.
Name one.
The ocean.
The U.S. government.
Guess what? God doesn't give a fuck if you believe in him. He believes in you.
I don't know.
I don't believe in that.
Sounds good, but it doesn't really mean anything. So you're saying the reason my dad died is because God didn't believe in him? Or the newborn who died that day, or anybody fucking else who died that day.
I completely agree with
your
Rue
life has
right
a purpose, right? Well, why does your life have a purpose and my dad's doesn't? He died because he died. That's it. The same stupid reason.
I agree.
America was so afraid that they embraced another Negro, one who had a dream, or kinder, who are more respectful than you, aren't sitting here. I don't know. That's the mystery.
I mean, the way you made it
But here we are.
sound is like the whole plan was,
So what now?
to have a Martin Luther King, you had to have a Malcolm X.
Maybe I'll...
To have the Civil Rights Act, you had to have Martin Luther King, and therefore Malcolm X, which is actually really interesting when you think about it.
Thank you, Nike. Fuck you, Nike. You don't give a fuck about anything or anyone.
True.
Chinese Muslims are so they're too good.
It's just like in Pride Month, everyone has a rainbow flag.
But at the same time,
as soon as that month is over, suddenly they don't give a fuck
tapped
anymore.
into your phones or whatever you can. But it is imperative that you believe in something greater than yourself. You hear me? That's where you are.
I hear you, but
you're sick.
I don't know if she or myself could ever actually believe in something greater.
And the addict, one day you might succeed.
I sure hope so. Is this the first episode where we haven't heard any narration from Rue? I think it is. Dude, if I see him, like, use some drugs or some shit right now, that's just gonna be the most depressing thing this show has done. Already really like the song.
I'm still...
Oh, is he calling his kids?
Oh, hey. It's Christmas.
Why is this getting me misty? Fuck. No! The finale did enough. I refuse. This will not get me.
Right.
That shit hurts, man.
I'm doing good. It's Papo Ali.
God.
Say it again. Oh, yeah, little man.
This is so sad. I have plenty of personal experience with addiction in the family, so this scene in particular is hitting really hard.
Ollie, what am I supposed to do about Jules?
I don't know.
I had to not be in a relationship so that I could focus on my sobriety, and I wanted to get clean. Everything that's good to you.
It's definitely not what she wanted to hear, but...
You know, she cheated on me.
Oh, what is that?
She literally cheated
It
on me.
became a relationship that night.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just kissing. You two talked about being together.
Oh, come on. Let me be right just one time, please.
What? People get into relationships, Rue. They talk about it.
I don't 100% agree with that.
I say I love you to my barber.
Well, that's weird.
It's like she lied to me and manipulated me.
Right?
Like the whole thing at the train station.
I don't know about
They were
manipulated,
trying to
but...
get me to run away with her even though I was scared
And she didn't really lie either.
didn't have my medic in the same bed and be together forever.
Sounds like a relationship to
It's
me.
Still unforgivable.
No, it's not.
There's very few things that are completely unforgivable.
Come on.
If I asked,
And I told her I was gonna kill her.
right?
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it is, but...
But what's it mean?
What are your intentions?
It all depends. Why are you ignoring all the things you believe?
That's a great point.
Because I wasn't thinking.
So now you got a whole bunch of people running around who don't give a fuck about redemption. That's scary.
That's another really great point.
Ellie, what have you done that's so terrible?
And every night I lay in bed, dreaming of every which way to kill him. Here I am. A grown man with 2 girls, and they just watch me hit their mom in the face. Not because for some people, there is no rock bottom. It's bottomless.
Yep.
You still think I'm a good person?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't plan on being here that long.
Fuck, man.
The world's just really fucking ugly, you know?
It is.
It's really fucking ugly, and I don't even want to witness it.
God damn it, dude. That's sad.
I'm sure it's not like the root of all my problems, but I definitely
I understand it, though.
How do you want your mom and sister to remember you?
As someone who tried really hard to be someone I couldn't.
Don't make me cry again. Stop.
I got faith in you.
Why?
I don't know. I just do.
Damn, that was heavy. That's some of the best dialogue I've ever seen written for a TV show before, though. Damn. That was really fantastic. Not at all what I expected out of the special episode either. I find it really interesting just how many tropes of the show that they broke in this episode, which in and of itself made it feel really different. Like, for one, we followed one character for the entirety of it. Every other episode has had a focus character, but always shows every single one of them going through whatever it is they're going through. We also didn't get any narration from Rue, which I think this is the first time that's ever happened. It's also the first episode that not only focused on, one singular character, but also almost entirely took place in a single location, which made it feel like theater, and I did really enjoy that. And even the camera work was so much more still and controlled compared to what it usually is on the show. And while the lighting was still spectacular, it was much more subdued and almost stale in this episode compared to the other ones. It just felt really different on so many different levels that it kind of throws you off in a really good way. I really enjoyed the deep dive into both of these characters, honestly, like getting to know Rue even more than we already do, seeing exactly why she feels so incapable of change. Like, we witnessed that moment where Rue held the piece of glass up to her mom, And it hurt a lot then, but I would say even more so now that we know she, threatened to kill her, and she feels like she can never be forgiven for that. And I loved Ollie's response of, that's taking the easy way out. It just means you have a reason to never change because you can never be forgiven for that when it's just not true. On top of that, her talking about how she feels so betrayed by Jules and him, letting her know, well, actually, you can't blame Jules for your addiction. And he even went as far to say is, you can't blame her for cheating on you because she wasn't really cheating on you. You guys never discussed having a relationship, which I still disagree with. If you guys are sleeping in the same bed, if you're kissing each other, saying that you love each other, you're planning your lives out together, you're together. I know there's some people that don't agree with that, but I don't think you need to say the words in order to understand that that's a relationship. But I definitely see his point. And then getting deeper into his relationship with his kids, how he beat his wife, and how drugs in his life has, fundamentally changed who he is as a person, the same as they have for Rue. It was very heartbreaking and really real. Pretty much every point of their conversation was extremely meaningful, and it's like he said, they talk about the deep shit, the shit that a lot of people don't really want to talk about, about having a power greater than you out there who's in control, which, like Rue, I don't believe there is. And I don't even know if what he said about you need to believe in something like that in order to get through this, I don't know how true that is either, to be 100% honest. But it's something that's worth discussing, and it's stuff that people don't really talk about that much. Hearing him kind of walk her through these moments of, why do you feel like you can't be forgiven? Who are you? How do you want your family to remember you when you're gone, if you don't plan on being here much longer? It was truly some of the best dialogue I've seen written in a TV show or movie, to be honest. It was really, really good stuff. Cinematography in this episode was very good. Like I said earlier, it's different than what you normally see on the show. It's not nearly as stylized or as colorful, but that's because of the subject matter, the fact that it's supposed to be just this grounded moment where two people are talking to each other. And for something like that, not only do you not need, wild, colorful cinematography, but you don't want it either. You want to be able to stay here in this moment and not be distracted by anything but the words that they're actually saying. Music in this episode was very good because it was also very subdued. A lot of the episode was pure silence and just them talking. And then there was that fantastic song, Me in 20 Years, right about the halfway point of the episode, which not only lyrically spoke to what both of those characters are going through, but it also just complemented the emotions of the scene really, really well. While Ollie is trying to talk to his kids and he's still, excised from that family because of the things that he did. Altogether, it was a very emotional scene. The music certainly helped. For acting, it's a dead tie between Zendaya and Coleman Domingo. They each had several moments in the episode that were really, really stunning performances. I think Coleman Domingo's was best when he was speaking to his family and you saw a much more vulnerable side to him. And I think Zendaya's best moment is when she was talking about how she wants her family to remember her, just with how much the emotion hit her in not only that moment, but really every moment of her life. There was some really great work from the both of them. Editing and pacing, this was a very slow episode. Obviously, there's about zero plot development. This was all character stuff, which, now that I think about it, kind of reminds me of the special episodes of The Walking Dead that just came out. I think this is considerably better, but it's still the same idea of having an extra special episode to really hone in on the character motivations and what makes them tick. And for that, you're going to need to have a very slow pace, and that's totally fine. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a 9.3 out of 10 because I think the dialogue, acting were just so spectacular. but I can't give it any higher just because I myself am a very plot-driven person when it comes to watching a story, and that's just a personal preference. If I was more inclined to see character development over plot, I think this would have easily been a 10 out of 10 episode, but I personally just can't give it that because there's no plot. But everything that is in here is still just stunningly beautiful. It's really, really good stuff. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the next special episode, which I know is focused on Jules, and I'm sure during at least a portion of it we're going to get, you know, the other side of that argument where Rue is finding herself blaming Jules for what happened at the train station. And I really want to know how she feels about all that and all the other things in her life, because it seems like you could make an argument that she's just as messed up as Rue. And really, everyone is just as messed up as the other person. So I will see you all on that next episode. And that's about it.